ourselves in the spirit of things. We lose our sight when we put our trust in things of this material world, of things that fade away. Let them keep coming back, 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 keep coming back. Of things we know.
Slathe the Space Marine is the least copyrighted material on all of YouTube. It only, specifically, solely, and ever has forever and ever in holy matrimony used non-copyright music, because that is the things we know. That's right. Wash your hands and sneeze into your elbows. These are the things we know. Brother Marines. Brother Marines. I went back to this camera angle because I think this one's cooler, so we're going for that one. Yeah. So let's just put that, like, right there. Okay, that seems good, yes. Because then I get this, like, light above my head as if I am like an entity that would have been painted with a halo. It is my halo of light, for I am the Emperor of Man. Trust me on that one. If you don't think that I'm the Emperor, then you probably don't quite realize that I just am. Like, you don't understand. You don't realize. So anyway. Now that I have just unintentionally... I have introduced myself as the Emperor to humanity several centuries early. Possibly millennias too early, but who cares? Don't worry. Things are moving in that direction. Brother Marines, these are the things that we know. How's the music levels? Brother Marines, how are the music levels? Inquisition's gonna be knocking at your door any second. Look at these hands. Do these hands look like the hands of youth? Or the hands of some guy that was like from Turkey or something? Ancient Turkey. An ancient turkey is a raptor from Jurassic Park, don't you understand? So, I've had these guys pretty much all painted up. But one of their biggest problems is that I just put way too much wash on them. So now they're way too dark. I have a bunch of Marines that are way too dark. And also I didn't finish the Hellblaster, or whatever it's called. The plasma gun. I didn't finish it. So these should be pretty quick steps. It's pretty much just going to be the plasma gun. And then I'm probably going to go over all the red areas, at least with like a highlight of the of red in some areas. Like I'm going to do some color fixes just to try to make these a little bit more similar to what I'm trying to achieve. Because yeah, I put way too much wash on what's this one called? What was this box called? Dark Imperium? On my Dark Imperium Marines, I put way too much wash on that. So we're going to need for our color fix some old Mephiston red. It is I, Geo, the introvert blood angel, back at it again for another stream. Welcome, brother Geo. You are welcome within the chapter. So we've got our Mephiston red, and so we're gonna go over all the red areas because it's just way too dark on this. We're gonna go over it with Mephiston red, and then if it's too bright at that point, then I'm just gonna go over it again with another wash of Agrax Earthshade. But I'm not going to go, global flood on it. I'm not just gonna. Hey, what's going on, Tony? Are you in the garbage? Come on. You're not a garbage cat. So do you have to go in the other room if you're going to play in the garbage? Alright, say hi to everybody. There's the Tony appearance. Yep, you got to be in the video. Okay, let's go. Over the shoulder. Okay. Okay, that way? Alright. 1 second. This unintended interruption was brought to you by The Cat Wanted Lunch. So, we've got these two. Then we're going to need our silver. Really, that's it for what I need to do for color correction on these. I'm going to be doing these three. And depending on how long this takes, I might start adding more things into this queue. So it's not just going to be Hellblasters. And yeah, maybe it's a little bit misleading because it's like Slathe paints Hellblasters. Those Slathe, but you already painted those. What? No, brother Marines, I painted them poorly. And that, although I have said, painting them poorly is better than not at all. But I didn't finish them, and I can still fix them, so ha ha ha. Take that, previous Slathe. Future Slathe. He's coming at you hot with that fire that he spits. 'Cause future Slathe is just total gangsta compared to just virgin past Slathe. That Slathe does not have the ability to be able to comprehend and to compete against future Slathe. That's right, future Slathe is superior in every way than past Slathe. Alright, so let's get this on. Let's get our Mephiston red, or I think maybe we should just finish up the guns, because I never really decided on a silver pattern for these. I think the reason I didn't do the guns is because at the time I was painting these, I was running out of black paint, and I actually didn't do a proper coat on the guns. So I'm thinking the guns are a little bit thin. So that might be a thing. So I'm probably going to actually need black. And actually, we're going to need every single color. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez, Rick. Oh. Are we going to need every single color, Rick? Dang it, Morty. Damn it. Dang it. I don't know why this isn't my voice, but I'm just going to do this one anyway. Morty. Oh, jeez, Rick. You sound all real fucked. Yeah, well, you're not sounding that great yourself there, Morty, so I think that with all things considered, you can just shut up and I'll just take care of this. Aw, jeez. Allons-y. Allons-y. Ah, yes. Remix, dude. Total remix. Allons-y. Let's see if we can get a focus on this, or... That looks okay. That's decent enough for what I need. So I'm going to try not to disturb that edge too much. I probably should add some medium to that, actually. In immediate hindsight. 40k Rick and Morty. And it would be... And I would want to just make sure that it's super clarified. Because would it be Rick and Morty, or would it be some kind of, like, joke where it's like Mortarian is Morty and everything is just kind of like that? Or would it be like Rick and Morty in 40k? Because I think one of the problems that we might run into is that Rick and Morty is really is super popular, right? And everybody, well, I mean, everybody loves it, right? So much that a beloved franchise that has gone sour in the mouths of people is Star Trek. And a thing they started recently is these short treks or something like that. And the first thing that I noticed was, hey, you know what? This kind of looks like Rick and Morty a tiny bit. And I'm not sure if I can really say, like, the style of it isn't really Rick and Morty, but it's not quite Star Trek either. Just something I noticed. It might just be an aesthetic thing. Now, as much as that's probably even a bit too bright, that looks immediately better. Sanguineous. Lower Decks. That's what it's called. Lower Decks. Yeah, thanks. That's what it was called. But then again, I think there was another thing which was like this comedy thing. That's probably what I was naming there by mistake. But yeah, there's... I would be cautious about what you ask for or what you wish for. You might just get it. You know, it's a shame when a model gets hit by too much wash. This is a shame model. These models are on their crusade of absolution or resolution. These Marines need to clean up their act and their armor. California. if we have any other good royalty-free soundtracks that go on for a while, like go on for like hours and hours and stuff, you know, please feel free to drop a link or something, because this isn't maddening. Listening to the same song. This is hell. So, Slathe, you like to paint models, huh? Well, you're gonna paint models to the same royalty-free music for hours and hours a day. What? Yeah, that's right, and it's gonna be pumped right into your ears with these headphones. Yeah, so you wanna paint some models? You wanna do that? Those torture fires look really nice. Well, you're not gonna get to go into the torture fires there, Slathe. You see, brother, here in hell, for some reason, in hell, Satan is Hulk Hogan, but we'll just go with that. You're not gonna get that. You just get this. Welcome, Lieutenant. Jimmy Hats. So what did you think of the Lieutenant Knives model there? Lieutenant James Knives. That is the man, the myth, the legend himself, James Knives. Or at least that's what I'm going to call him. I missed it, worry, brother. Oh, sorry. All of a sudden, it's just like concern. Like worry. Okay. Concern. To be honest, if I start streaming, I'm gonna play copyrighted music. Kappa, be damned. No website's gonna get between me and Slipknot. Slipknot's good. It definitely is a lot safer of a choice, because it would suck, and it's happened to me before, where you put on the wrong thing, you put on the wrong stream, or you put on something like the wrong song, or you put on something, and then all of a sudden your stream has been removed. It's blocked in all countries. And you actually might lose the ability to stream for 90 days. I have lost my ability to stream for 90 days. That sucked. That's when I had to do some recorded videos and stuff at the time, and I was just like, this is the worst. Oh wait, medium. Did I even add medium to the last bit? I think I did, but here, I'm going to add a generous drop of medium to this red paint here. And I guess this really is the closest to, like, Blood Angels Red. And really, originally, Blood Angels Red, back in, like, the 2000s, so that would have been the Pop Tops, the Pop Top bottles, or pots, or whatever, where they were terrible. They were absolutely terrible. I'm always surprised when I see, like, pictures and people still have those Pop Tops. At least the Pop Tops, though, weren't the twist-off tops. Those were the absolute worst, actually, now that I think about it. The twist-off tops. Never mind, what am I thinking? What am I saying? Pop Tops. The current things are Pop Tops. Jeez. It's like, what am I... And why do I keep saying Pop-Tops? It sounds like I'm saying, like I can't pronounce Pop-Tarts. Sounds like I'm some kind of, like, little kid who's... And it's like, oh, he wants Pop-Tarts. No. I didn't say Pop-Tarts. Aww. Kind of dark. Oh, it looks like it's gonna rain today. Maybe that's why I'm not getting a lot of light. How do I need to do this again? It's like that. That should be good. Just getting myself a little bit more light. Because that'll make the model easier to be shown on camera. And easier to paint. Geez, Slathe, can't you paint with a higher difficulty? Oh, what's wrong? What, are you painting on easy? What, you're just giving yourself more light? Come on, don't you want to paint on, like, ultra-violence? Friends between us. Oh, man, hearing these... I've heard these now too many times. And now I just want to make fun of it every single song. Just going on easy mode, I know. It's terrible. I want to see how this will look next to the current batch of models, to see if I should even bother doing a wash over it, or if I'll just go with just the way that it is after, you know, doing the gun and stuff like that. And remember, if you want to support the channel, you can leave a like, you can subscribe if you haven't subscribed, but I'm guessing everyone here has. You can join the Discord. And those are all the ways that you can help support the channel for absolutely for free. You can share, well, those aren't all the ways, but you can share the video, leave comments, and join the chat. And then if you want to give extra support, which is, of course, always entirely optional and at the liberty and ability of a person, there is the ability, if desired, which is, of course, never mandatory. It's like, geez, Slathe, just ask for the donations. So, there's the ability to donate. And also, there's the absolutely, totally non-benefit rewarding Patreon. There is also Teespring or whatever. there's that website. I think I was supposed to promote it or something. I don't know how that works. There's that. You can get really good socks that are super absorbent. Super absorbent socks. That bullshit spiel was brought to you by Ride Shia Legends. Ride Shia Lessons. Everyone needs to take some Ride Shia lessons. I'm almost thinking after I do these reds, I might just want to keep them like this. Because then it's kind of like a reverse method. Unintended. It's, you know, it's something that was strictly done just to save the paint job sort of thing. But, I mean, a reverse method of shading and... It's like a reverse method, so is it like... not a method? It's the opposite of a method? Is it from, like, Bizarro Method World? Where there's, like, Bizarro Method Man? And Red Man's actually Green Man. This is so much easier with all this light, though. You know, I'll be able to actually see what I'm doing and how the color's affecting things. And I think this is definitely looking better with this, this red touch-up. But yeah, after I'm done this one marine, I'll go get the, one of the other ones from that current batch and then be... Because there's, some intercessors that need to have this kind of same treatment done to them. So if it's just as simple as just doing some red over the areas that need to have red, and then, you know, not a lot of work beyond that, that makes that a lot more a lot more of a thing that's I'm willing to do, because there's less time involved in it. So it's just, let's just see what kind of investment we need to, what kind of time investment. Because, you know, to some people, Warhammer is an investment. It's a time investment, it's a monetary investment, it's an emotional investment. So, you know, it is what you make of it. And that's what this music does, it's the inspirational music. Okay, so let's do the helmet now. Warhammer seems like a series of investments. It is what you make of it. This part might be tough. Especially with this frayed brush here. Come on. This is already looking a lot better. Yeah, we just need to try to get the back side of that backpack. Or the inside of the backpack. I'm not sure. And then this model might need a silver correction in some areas. But mostly it's just, so I have to do that one leg now. And then we'll compare this one to one of the ones from the recent batch of intercessors. So then we'll be able to see, you know, what exactly needs to get done to make everything sort of match as close as possible. There is no light right in front of me song. That's why I keep having to move the model. I don't have a light in front of me. Unless maybe do I need to reflect it this way? There, I'll put a piece of paper right there. I'll use a piece of paper to reflect light. To make light right in front of me. There you go, song. I made you not a liar. Did we get this part here? I think we did. Is there anything I missed? Okay. Look at me, I am the light now. Look at me. Look at me. That is right. You are playing Call of Duty, and I know where you live. And that is why I am coming for you now. I am coming for you now. Okay, so I'm gonna go get one of the other Marines so that way we can kind of compare these. Okay. So here's one of the intercessors that we had painted earlier in one of the other streams. And now, so here is the color fixed Hellblaster. Let's see if we can get these better in frame and better focus. Okay. So a lot of shadow there. Can I get that to go that way? So I think that this looks a lot more similar than, here, I'll get one of the uncolored fixed Hellblasters. Let me get some prison bar light. What's with that? What's going on with that? You are going to be behind the bars, Slathe, the Space Marine. Behind the bars. So yeah, this is way too dark. It's hard to even see that, like, the red on this. It's just too dark. So I think that was successful. So I don't know. What does the chat think? So if we compare. Okay, well, I think that Droid Cam is just glitched the hell out because its screen is just frozen. So it's not actually really showing me much on there. I have to kind of just go off of the computer screen. I just have to kind of hope. There. So as you can see, the one on the right is a lot brighter than the one on the left. It's just, there's just too much, it's just too dark. Charlie Murphy! You know, let's compare the Intercessor. The Intercessor to the Hellblaster. Right, not the one I just painted, but the one of the two dark ones. And yeah, so I am convinced that all I need to do is just paint red on all the areas that I made too dark, and then that's it. That'll fix it. And then to do the silvers on some things. So, I don't know. How much do we want to add to this? Do we want to do just Hellblasters? Or do we want to add a Primaris Ancient, a Primaris Gravis Captain, 2 Primaris Lieutenants, Jackula, and then there's also the Inceptors. I know it's Jack It Up, but it's still, every time it's just like, Jackula! Yeah, I'll go with that. Creating our little light stage here. To bounce light up into this area. I like that idea. Can we add Jackler? I don't know. What is Jackler? I thought he was a Dark Angel. I'll have to make a Jackler Marine. Where you know, he's a Bloodhound, and then he's got a Dark Angel's helmet. I'll have to make that a thing. Okay. So, we can put this Marine back. Well, I don't know. I think one super mega stream for all of those different models, I think that might be a bit much. So maybe we'll just keep each one to each unit model type thing, whatever, and then that way each one will be a little bit more to the point. So that way, if people just want to watch the Inceptors, if they just want to watch the Ancient, if they just want to watch the Hellblaster, if they want to watch this one and they want to watch me decide on how I'm going to make the future videos, then they'll watch this one. So, I'm thinking, well, I'll fix the red, then I'll move on to the silver, just because it's going back and forth between colors is just, that just sucks. And then, so I'm going to do that pistol handle and the gun. That's pretty much, that's it, actually. That's all I really see here. And then, like, I don't know. The silver's a bit dark, but, you know, I think we could live. Well, you see, Jackler was banished from the Dark Angels for reasons, probably due to Eldar titties, and the Bloodhounds were the only chapter who would take him in. Now he just loiters around the Bloodhound space station. Oh, so are you like the bartender? Oh, Jackler. Oh, you mean that Dark Angel on the Crucible? Yeah. What about him? You know, what a character. Because also to do the gun, I'm gonna have to go with a black layer. So it's like with some of them, it's just gonna be like, well, there's gonna be a bunch of steps to get to that. So maybe I'll just wait and do that last, so that way I can do that all in one swift stroke. Haha! What a pun. And then, so of course, when I wrap this one up, I'll start up another one like X amount of minutes later. Of course, if you know, if people are hanging around, that can be the entertainment for the day. No problem with that. Just bear in mind that this is totally laid back. This is a real laid back, relaxed sort of experience and sort of show here. I'm not going to be totally on task all the time. But yeah, this one I can clearly see where that's a bit faded. But yeah, brighten these up so they match the Hellblasters, or match the Interceptors. And then I could do the same, or the Interceptors? The Intercessors. And so then I could then fix the other Intercessors that are even having the same problem. And then there's an Ancient. So that we could do it, there could be a whole thing about this. A whole series with multiple installments and people doing text-to-speech donations and definitely more of this.
Baneblade!
We need to have lots of this.
Baneblade! Baneblade!
So let's add the Bloodhounds patterns there, just because. So yeah, that's actually looking a lot better just at first glance and everything. So I'm actually pretty happy with that, the way that turned out. Just needing red just to fix it. That's actually not that bad. When it's like, oh no, I ruined them. No, I just add a little bit of red. Oh, they're fixed now. I'm happy. Thank you. Who were you? I was you, just using rational thought. Oh! This is an interesting backstory for your character. And so he was transferred. So was it like a student exchange thing? Did the Bloodhounds send somebody over to the Dark Angels? They sent Slathe because he was just too mysterious. It's too mysterious. Alright, so let's get back onto task. This is the on-task music. let's get our red. However much this will need. And yeah, definitely some medium with it, because this red seems a little bit pasty. Not tasty. If you want to see somebody start tasting their paint, oh man, I have the channel for you. Sometimes it's on YouTube, sometimes it's on Twitch. He's awesome. It's this guy called the Epic Narrator, and for hours and hours you can just see him eat paint. Right? He'll put paint on his brush, and then he'll put the brush in his mouth. Hours and hours of it, you know. So if you're wanting to watch that kind of content, you're like, where can I find somebody eat paint with me? Man, Garth is your best friend. He just kind of wandered around the galaxy for a bit, mysterious gold unknown. Eventually, the brothers thought he was cool, so they let him in. No, that is a thing chapters can do. If somebody's like, but his Gene seed, it's like, But then that's probably one of the ways that gene seeds become impure or tainted in some way. When all of a sudden, like, if he's become, like, part of the chapter in a way, and made into a bloodhound, when he dies, his progenoid gland may be used in another marine. But then again, that might actually then be sent on the tithe to the whatever and all that stuff. It's like, we'll just figure that one out. Maybe they do it internally. Maybe they don't contribute to the tithe because they're renegades. Do you ever think about that there, Mr. Guy who thinks he knows better? But then again, they can't really be renegades anymore, can they? Oh, hi, I am your clone. Oh, wow, I am not a clone of me. I am the real me. Holy shit. Yeah, here's some long boy tall marines. Nice. Nice. Yeah. Arrow, when Roboute Gilliaman was like, here are Primaris Marines, and he was like, nice, or whatever, however that guy does it. Yeah, Renegades. Jacko was also a renegade after being banished from the Dark Angels. But there's some complication to that, because it's kind of like, so they're renegades that just kind of showed up one day and were like, hi. And we've got a clone of Primarchs. And he was like, dude, you guys need Primaris Marines. That boy needs milk. Does your Primarch have an extra chromosome? Why do you say that? Honestly, I forget which one that even means. I know that one's... I know it's funny, but it's... Well, it's not really, but... In real life, it's not funny. They've got these little side plate things. It seems like I call everything little. Well, they are little. They're little toys. Oh, they've got these little things and these little helmets. I'm gonna paint their little bolter. Paint their little boots. Actually, yeah. Apply, you bitch of a paint. No light here. Oops. Sorry, camera. Let's do the helmet now. Some neck here. I'm honestly kind of confused about... I must have just gotten lost track of the conversation. It's gonna be time to switch brushes pretty soon, because this one's getting pretty beaten up. Considering really there's just like one type of brush that I really like to use. So sometimes I use them into destruction, but I try to make sure that I maintain them as best as I can for as long as I can. And then after, you can still use them as like a wash brush or like a dry brush or something like that. They can still be useful. They'll just be kind of wild. So of course keep that in mind. Because brushes get more wild with more use, and it's like, well, yeah, well, why is that surprising? Well, because it's kind of like, it's interesting. Because some brushes are made out of horsehair. And you know, it's kind of like a horse that gets wilder the more you ride it or something. It's just interesting. Gonna make some breakfast, bacon and eggs, no beans. Back soon, I'll leave it running. That's cool. That'll definitely help my analytics. Oh, you fucked your leg up? I hope you're alright. It would be a shame if you had to stay now and you couldn't do all those things. Because you fucked up your leg. But of course, if it's really serious, you know, get that looked at, get that, you know, by yourself or somebody that's next to you, at least. Okay, so I don't want to go at that angle, because this brush is going to wild card right onto that knee pad.
Later, brothers.
And he's still standing. Ladies and gentlemen, Lieutenant Knives. Am I missing anything? Did I miss something? Legs, backpack, arms. There's like a little bit of the chest I could maybe... It shows a little bit of his chest there. Or I suppose I should say, like, the breastplate, the chest armor. So I think that's good for that one. Walla la 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 la. Well, we got Waluigi here in the chat. Hey, what's up, Propan? Ouija! Wah! Okay, so I think I got all the spots. So there's 3 more. So we're doing some color corrections on these Hellblasters, because when I had gotten them, I had painted them way too dark, which I'm not sure if is quite being picked up. Because if I bring them, it's like it's all shadow here. Has this fell? So I am somewhat working off of sunlight here. Using some ancient techniques of light reflection. As seen in The Mummy. Well, either way, I mean, like, you can see the red on this one, and you can't see anything on that one. It looks all black. So yeah, it's just not. It's not the warm color that it should be. So. So we got 2 done. And we still needed to paint their guns, so that's a thing. That's a thing. We need to paint their guns. But really, everything else is done. I just need to fix the red and then paint their guns. And then they can join in with the rest of those other ones. And then there's the intercessors. Let's light a half smoke and... Because, yeah, this, I think, dried out. I had maybe just enough to get that one done. So let's get some more red paint. Mephiston red paint. It's like, come on, couldn't I have had a sunny day today? Mr. Blue Sky, where are you? Oh, the skies are turning blue. I don't know, let's try opening up another window. Maybe that'll work. Okay, adding a mirror didn't really help anything. There's a little bit more light there. Kinda. Ancient lighting techniques are no match for a good blaster at your side, kid. So let's introduce some painting medium into this red. Put some on the side there. And I guess let's try to do this quicker. Let's see if we can get this all done with what we have here. With our incredible shadows. It's like, geez, want to look at some shadows? I swear, did that make it worse? Ah, whatever. I really just need a lamp or something then. If you want to help Slathe the Space Marine get a lamp or a ring light, you can donate, because he can't afford it. And I guess all those autofocus controls or whatever and all of that would be nice too. Also, cannot afford it. If you want to see these features and more in the future, give me your money. Wahahaha! I am back. Welcome back, Propan. I'm wondering if opening the other window added too much exposure, and that's why there's the harsh contrast of the shadows. Oh wait, now it seems better. Weird. So you were doing a stream today, Propan? I think I saw you had a stream up. I might be wrong. Were you playing that, that, like, medieval game again? I forget what it's called. It was like a third-person, over-the-shoulder kind of medieval... It almost reminded me of Dynasty Warriors, to be honest. Just based off of what it looked like the functions were of what you could do. Hit bashing an orc plane. Did you see my orc planes in on Discord? Oh, mate, you gotta paint those. You gotta paint them. Oh, mate. Oh. Use them, gonna paint them's there pork planes. No, you get. This brush is really fighting. I don't want to give up on it, though. I don't want to say it's dead. Slathe is in paintbrush denial. No, the paintbrush is still fine. So there's one of them that's like a plane that's been scrapped into like a dragster car sort of thing. And then the other one is a bunch of orc stompa bits and various orc and space marine and I think some, I don't know, just various tank parts, let's just say. Glued onto a wooden plane. And there's a little bit of damage on the plain one. Like it used to have a DACA gun on the front. But you can't have DACA guns on those things. DACA guns are on the bikes. Mm-hmm. Helmet next. I'm here. Show me. What? I'm here. Show me. What? Also free music. Sorry to burst this guy's bubble, but you know what? In this world, no one's making it out alive. Everybody dies. Oh wow, it just got so grim! The model. Is that more free music, or what is that? Yeah, the free music is apparently that. This is by popular demand. It's been asked of me so many times. So yeah, I'm definitely want to make sure that I'm appeasing that need, you know, for the royalty-free music. That's what people want to listen to. They don't want to listen to the songs that I wanted to put on. No, it's the royalty-free music. That's the real shit. That's right in front of you. Yeah, this whole shadow thing is a bit ridiculous. When I've got both windows open and there's just all shadow here. Sunfail. Come on, other than like warming us and I guess all the other things that you do, you just had one job. Soul. Come on, Saul.
I mean, like, being, you know, light is, like, your main thing that you're known for. Come on. You're, like, giving yourself a bad name there, the sun. So yeah, a very trusted source told me. Royalty-free music, man. That's what you need to be playing, man. Then you'll really get ahead. You will succeed with this royalty-free music. Mate. And then he got on his magic sleigh and he flew off. Now I gotta do this trim thing. Collar trim. I'm thinking this brush is about to give up. But
Not while I have anything to say about it.
it's shit, yeah. I know. Propan, you're in Denmark, right? Kind of slowly realized it's like, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't have been like, he's there. When I put music in some of my streams that's not copyright, I'm pretty sure just because of some recent laws that changed, Denmark is the only place that is like, no, this video is not playable here. So, I don't know, if we have any other playlists that aren't, like, gonna get the stream taken down, or... I mean... I'm not too worried. It's not like I have, like, monetization or anything anymore. So I'm not worried about that. But yeah, if we have any other playlists, I'd be happy to change the playlist, because... I mean, if it's annoying for you, think about how I feel having it blasting directly into my ears. Unless you're all wearing headsets, then, ooh, I guess we're all on this ride. Okay, I'm gonna grab less paint this time. Because YouTube doesn't want you to pay him at all. So, I mean, is this the best we got, then? I want to get off Mr. Slate's wild ride. If we have any other, like, royalty-free, we'll just keep it that way. Because it's the way of the future. No, you can play all, I just can't find it myself. It's are you sure? Because, like, I think it'll come up, it'll go black, and it'll be like, this isn't available in your country or in your region or something like that. Or it'll be like, this video has breached YouTube's terms of service. I could be totally wrong, though. I mean, you're already here. What, is it going to kick you out? Like, if I do that? Oops. Not so sure about that one there, Jim. Maybe I'm being unfair, and I'm judging that by its title. I don't know. Well, this is probably a bad idea. Okay. I don't know, let's see what happens. I just trimmed out bristles. We'll see if this works. It probably works. I've probably done it lots of times, but been like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna paint the bristles. Wait, what? That's not the right one. You have to go watch a movie with your wife? I thought I was the only one, Propan. Well, let's see Propan off with a nice old-fashioned Bane Blade! Okay, so it seems that that little trim was a good idea. So now this is applying a lot easier. And there's a decent bunch of Marines that are going to need to have color correcting. So, I mean, this could be content for days or hours or whichever way you want to look at it. Because we could come back to more later today. Or we could come back to more tomorrow or the next day and the next. I'm sorry to disappoint some people preemptively. I don't think I'm going to be able to paint in my Space Marine costume. I'm sure somebody is waiting for that, and it's like, you know, I'm just going to drop that one. Probably not going to be able to do that. And that's something I'm definitely not promising to even attempt on free content. That would definitely be more than a $10 for beans contribution. To have me bother to get suited up and to paint Space Marines as a Space Marine. Yes. I would actually say I'm not doing that. Oh, come on, but think about the exposure. It'll be great exposure. Anytime you hear someone trying to entice you with, it'll be great exposure, just get out. That means that there's no way that this benefits you. Oh yeah, you'll be known after. That's what the idiot that does something for free. What do you mean? People do things for free. Sometimes they do. It's like, yeah, you got me there. Sometimes people do things for free. You want to give me $200 for free? That's not what I meant. I meant other people. People that aren't me. Well, I think it's funny. Hair stuck in the paint job. This is the most amazing derb stirp I've ever heard. Oh man, I love dubstep. Oh, you like to get curb stomped? No, I like dubstep. Yeah, you like to get curb stomped? No, I said dubstep. Yeah, curb stomp. much more can we get done with this little pool of red here that's already drying up? But at least I didn't use nearly as much as on the last Marine. So who do we got still around? Lieutenant, you around? So knives. Did you hear about that lady that got arrested? She's pregnant. That's ridiculous. I might not know all the details, but it's like, come on. Well, that's looking a lot better. So there's just one more. No, that's just total shit show. I mean, like, come on, fellas. Like, give some dignity to that woman. Like, treat her with, like, that much. Like, that's what I thought when I saw that. It was like, come on. Seriously? Like, you know those moments where you lose hope in humanity? It's like, oh, really? Okay, so now the Sergeant of the Hellblasters. We just need to color correct that. Crossing the state border without the right pass. Was that what it was?
Geez, what's with all these Bloodhounds chapter and having leg injuries?
Isn't that right, Lieutenant? I think my legs just decided to just give out after because I became kind of dependent on one over the other. So I think my legs are kind of like, buddy, we're not your guy, friend. So after we finish the red on these, I think the next step will be to do the silver on all of them. And then I want to do a little bit of white highlight on the edges of... What, does it even have edges? It kind of does. Just right on, like, that corner there. Just to make it look like it's a little bit brighter. Color correct it. And then we more or less have a few more color-corrected Marines, and then everything will look more uniform. Everything will look a lot better. Gotta be something better to listen to, because this is maddening. Let's just find something, just anything. Just anything. Anything that's not that. I think that would be really inviting right now. It would be like, oh, sweet release of not listening to that. We'll see how loud this is. Calls for police sympathy. Yeah, I know, it was like an anti-lockdown protest. Like, I get it. Like, I'm like, you know, I totally get that it's like, there's sides to it, but it's like, really? Like, you're like arresting her in her home? Oh yeah, for like inciting. It's like, fellas, this is clearly gone above and beyond. I feel like I've got paint on my forehead. No. And then the sergeant. And then Jackler wants to be in the chapter, so... Well, Jackler, I've always had the option open. Characters sometimes are a bit iffy. We requested the chaplain. No. You can pick a squad. It's in the Discord. It's in the Discord, and you can look at... Oh yeah, another guy in Australia. Yeah, he got arrested too. Yeah, I saw that video, Jackler. They broke his door down, and then when he was like walking up to him, then they like practically like SWAT raided him. It's like, what? This is definitely royalty-free music. Alright, so let's fix the red on this last one here. And then we'll do the silvers. And then we're pretty much done these ones. Like, they only needed just the color correction, mostly. And then the silver on the gun. And then whatever minor details after that. But yeah, that other guy. And he's talking to the officers, like, from his terrace, right? And he's like, well, I'm right here. Can't you just speak with me? No, you need to open the door. Why? Because we need to speak with you. I'm speaking with you right now. You clearly are coming here to, like, to arrest me for something. Like, that was, like, if that wasn't painfully obvious with that, right? Come open the door and talk to us. Why can't I talk to you right through this way? Right? That is obviously they're coming to put you in handcuffs. Which they can't do from the elevated position you were in. Life is up? Okay. And then tomorrow there's a holiday, so I can do another day stream sort of thing. Date like during the day. Or the evening for some people. Because usually by the time that I get off work, it's probably too late, really, for a lot of people. And I get that.
That's why, according to the analytics, the best time to be streaming is between noon and 1.
What time is it now?
It's 2.
He had the high ground, yeah. But he underestimated their power. I remember when Dark Imperium came out, and there was just like the Hellblasters and the Intercessors and stuff like that, and those were like the only thing available. I think there was some guy who was pretty much going like, well, to hell with it, and was using them like Space Marines. So the Hellblasters were just a Space Marine with like a plasma gun. And the Intercessor was just like a Space Marine with a bolter. And I mean, like, ultimately, when you put them all beside each other like that, it looks the exact same. Like, if I were to take some of those Assault Intercessors and just say, that's my Intercessor Sergeant. And then put Hellblasters, or put a Hellblaster with the, whatever this one is, the Plasma Incinerator. It just becomes a tactical squad eventually. It's just kind of like, how long is it going to be until that just happens? You know, like, until it's like, well, you see, the Intercessors, they realized that they needed to, they needed to do that. And become tactical cessors. Robute Gilliman declared in the Codex Astartes that the Primaris Marines would just would do it. So it's kind of like, okay. makes me wonder sometimes, like, so how much can they milk it until the Primaris Marines just totally replace them in every way? So that way there's just no difference. So it's like, yep, I'm just playing Space Marines, and my old Space Marines that are like half the height of these guys are the exact same thing. And there's no difference. See, that'll happen when there'll be like a Fabius Bile campaign or something, right? Where Fabius Bile will mess with the Primaris, yeah, not Primaris, Primaris, and that's coming straight from Gav Thorpe. So stood corrected on that one. Where Fabius Bile, he'll like interfere or something with all of the Primaris ever, and so that way they'll all just be regular Space Marines but tall. But also, for some reason, only tall Primaris Space Marines will be made from then on. It'll just work. It'll just Todd Howard its way into success. $40K. It just works. Probably could have a little bit more brush on the brush there. So, to anyone who hasn't seen it before, but has now seen it because I uploaded it, which is probably nobody, what do people think of the movies Inquisitor and Ultramarines? And even if you've seen it before, let's just talk about it. What do you think of the movies Inquisitor and Ultramarines? That'll be the topic. Something to talk about. So I think years ago I did a review of Ultramarines, and I pretty much said that it was like Lord of the Rings, but with Space Marines. No, Gandalf! Gandalf! The chainsword has been left with you, Frodo. The captain was very clear. Wait, what? When was he clear about this? Darnius. Whatever his name was. No, that wasn't Darnius. What was the Marine from Ultramarines? So there was Nidon. Can't think of what his name was. Remember the chaplain? Karnak. Badass. total badass. Maybe that's what you, if you want to be the chaplain, you could be Chaplain Carjack. That sounds Brazilian. I am Chaplain Carjack. I'll take it. Okay, if you like it, I don't want to give it to you. Okay. Butt flaps. I am Sergeant Butt Flaps. No, I'll just have to make a servitor, which will be like J4K ILR, 1LR. Maybe like, who's that? He was Jackala. He was about to be a chaplain in the chapter. What happened? He made one too many memes. And now he's a servitor. No! So I don't think I missed anything on this one. I think that means that one's done. Color corrected. Color correction complete. Which means then we're going to move on to the silvers. which will require a little bit of some black layering because some of the guns have some really thin black layering on them. I'm also going to need to replace the paint. And by that, I mean the water. Because it's nearly just paint at this point. Alright, so here's our water. So we'll go clean that out. Go get some fresh water to wash our brush in. And then we'll start working onto the blacks. Whew, okay. So let's recollect. So now we're doing the guns. We're doing the plasma guns. Which really, that's just one thing. That's going to be very little to do. I've got...
Oh, there's a bunch of weed in my grinder already. I'll just pull that off the sides.
And then just dust this out to a point where it sweeps up all the stuff and puts it down to that bottom part. Come on! Now this is a weed smoking stream.
Alright, if you want to get the best out of your weed, then what you need to do is you need to do a Godfather impression. I don't know why I'm doing Trump as a Godfather, but apparently it's because I do favors that no one can refuse.
Did you mean refuse?
Refuge. The refuge.
Refugees?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Refuge.
But Slathe, I thought that you liked that person. And that you thought he was cool.
He is cool, but that you can make fun of people that you think are cool. Jeez. When did everybody lose their sense of humor about things? So, So let's apply a second layer of black base coat onto these plasma guns. So then we can get these things wrapped up. And then, if there's any interest in it, we can move on to a different one. So I have a few squads that could probably use some TLC like this. So we could end this, and then we could go on to just a single model or another squad. I don't know. Let me know how everybody feels at the end of the stream if they're still around. If they're not making breakfast for people. And then, of course, Jackler. Your opinion is always welcome. Just not in regards to chaplains. And if you could be them. Okay, I might have added a little bit of too much medium there, but... Oh well. It's one of those oh well moments. And some of these are just fine. They don't need it. But some of them, it's just so thin that you can see the red spray paint underneath. And it's kind of like, well, that's not going to work well with painting silver over top of that. So let's... At least it's not going to work ideal. I mean, you can do it. You can paint silver over top of red and over top of other colors. I just prefer not to in most cases. And I would prefer to put a black base coat down and to have it be, you know, even throughout. But considering all the different small layers that are going on top of things, it doesn't always have to be 100% everything covered. I think I probably just do it because I want to, because I choose to. And once we have this on even enough, on all these 5, we can add the final silver to their guns, and then consider them done until basing time.
But Slathe, why aren't you using your GW brand painting butt plug?
Shut your mouth. I had to drop to kind of a funny angle just to get the light in that certain angle.
that one certain angle. That's the place where the sun don't shine in these models. Okay, so I'm going to put those there for now. Just separate them. And this one looks like it's more or less already done. Okay, so that one doesn't need a metal fix. And by metal fix, I mean just black layer. Seems like a few of these don't really need it. Like maybe I ran out on that one. And that's why I never came back to these models, because it was just like, the shame. I ran out of paint. And then the sergeant. There's a couple spots where it has eroded down to the red. So that seems more like tumble erosion from, you know, the... Well, these aren't really painted models treatment, where they get a little bit rougher treatment. And I'm sure that some people know what I'm talking about. Okay, now for the silver. And then we can call these ones restored and done. Yeah, they really don't even need the wash after, apparently. So, I don't know. Let me know what you think after we put this silver down. Should we do the... Should we restore the color, restore the Ancient, Primaris Ancient, the Gravis Captain? Like, I want to try to stick this to stuff that's just the second company right now. Some of these stuffs are going to be out of that. Like if I say Gravis Captain, that's actually technically a totally different company. But they were part of the same batch that were painted in that way where they were just smothered. And it seems like the silver is turning into a pot of gold. Well, that doesn't make any sense. So who do we got left? Is Jackal, or are you still around? It's probably Lieutenant. Leaving his thing on. Alright, so silver, this final thing. And then we can call these ones done. And then plan out what we're doing next. Are we doing another stream? Because I really think it would be better if I just end this one. And then do another one later. You know, with a different title and different tags or something. As much as there's no tags in this, I don't really go to the effort of, like, I put on a stream, now we've got to go into the thing, add the tags. Okay. So I pretty much now have to just
pick a way to do it, and then just repeat it a few times. That's it. I just gotta just go, okay, I painted the gun this way on this one. Now let's do that 4 more times. A little bit of medium in there, just so I can get this little bit to hopefully spread across these 5 models. We'll see how that goes, though. We'll see if that actually does what I want it to. So I'm probably going to want to do this like my plasma guns. So with similar patterns and styles. So of course this end part, that'll be in silver. Metal paint's getting a bit goopy. Oh, you painted over the barrel. Okay, whatever. It's a toy. But you've ruined it. Now, on some of the plasma guns, just because of the way that the model was designed, this grip would have been more like a leather thing, but considering this almost looks identical to the bolt rifle in their design, and the way that they went for it, and it looks like it's intended to be a metal grip, it's just kind of like, okay, well, that's out the window. Any sort of that leathery grip. But that's a really old that would be a really old plasma gun, if anyone knows what I'm referring to on that one. Now, of course, I'm not going to be painting the whole thing silver, because that would be incredibly boring. So I leave some areas black, some areas silver, so there's some contrast to it. Color balance. Who would have thought that art class would have been beneficial in painting Warhammer models?
That's impossible.
And then this part kind of looks like the part that was on the bolt rifle, so I'm going to do that part silver as well. I'm going to try to avoid that raised area there and not get things mixed up. And then where it ends, right there. So with this square, this is where I'm going to just make the dividing line. With these dots, and that box that goes in there.
And Arrow decreed, "This is how our guns will look. Do you like them?"
And then one very important part that I don't want to forget on any of them. The iron sight. Because you know when you're a superhuman in a space marine power armor suit that targets things for you, you definitely need that iron sight. Headphones are hurting my head. It's hurting my head. Pete? Hurts my head, Pete.
Oh, Goofy, you goof.
just want to go just right up to that edge. Maybe leave a little bit of shadow between the hand. It doesn't need to touch the hand. And if you have to drop to a funny angle, or make a weird pose, or if you need to recite enchantments to the machine god, or to Mork and Gork, or whatever you need to do to get that paint onto the right spot, just do it. And if you get funny looks, just tell them that's how magic works. In that box and these two dots, yeah. That's a good dividing line, actually, because it's pretty consistent with the way that I've done bolters across, like, the entire range so far. Didn't realize there was a little bit of blue on that stalk, though. So, let's try to cover that up with some silver. It's looking good. Two down. We're going on to 3 hours now. Wow. This took longer than I thought it would take. But didn't feel like long. Because I had my brothers with me. Just getting it around the hand, but onto the grip. Because the little bit of shade that will be there from like the wash, or even if there's just like a black line around it, it makes a definition. Boom! Shout out to Antonio Jesus. Welcome back, Antonio. Emilio! And I was like, Emilio! Let's bring this silver over to the other side. I know it's not the clearest picture, but that almost leaves the anticipation, doesn't it? Like, what will these look like in the end? Well, when the video's finally published, there'll be a picture of the finished thing. So when this is all done, you'll be able to see it. Or, when it's all done, if, and some people don't But if you have access to the chapter Discord, there will be pictures posted in the Discord. So, there will be that. And also, at times, I am able to focus it. If you, the fans, I think that's the right word, would wish to see higher quality streaming content, such as the camera being able to autofocus and other cool stuff, the donation link is in the About section. This content is made possible and made better by awesome brothers like you. Boom! Astartes. Astartes. Oh yeah, the pistols. Whoops. I have to just quickly go back. Get those other two Marines. Just go to their pistols. So it's such a minor thing. I mean, it's not. Your sidearm is incredibly important. Okay. Done, done, done. So then there's 3 more? 2 more. But yes, we can just test this out. If people wish to donate, then stuff like this can happen. Let's see, this is what happens if somebody subscribes. And Slathe, the Space Marine, notices it and approves. He's like, yeah. Or there's donations. And the Slathe head comes up. Oh, brothers. Oh. There's 2 more left to go. Just need to do the silvers for the guns. And then I think we're on the last step, which would be just adding a white highlight to that power cell. Right? We just need to add a white highlight to the power cell, really. And then I'm gonna say those are done. So that all together should maybe take the next hour. It won't take an hour, but I would say we have an hour left. And then we might move on to another squad. Or something. Or another model. But on a different stream. So who do we have around? Who's Turn on some AC. Who do we have lurking? So we've got Antonio Jesus just showed back up. Boom! Jackler is probably around. Jimmy Hats might be back. We had Propan in earlier. Who else do we got? So we had Propan, Lieutenant. We got Jackler. We had Atropus here for a little bit. Who do we have left in the chat? Is there anybody? Maybe I should actually promote my own stream. Maybe that'll actually be a good idea. You know, I could do that. Possibly. That might be a smart idea. But that's, you know, that's just me. I think we had Trooper Geo in here, didn't we, earlier? For like a second? Yeah. So we've had a decent amount of people here. So we're going to finish these last two with their silvers, and then I'm going to want Ulfuan Gray. And then let me just look over this. Let's see. And then really, yeah, I'm going to say that's going to be calling it at that point for these. And then they'll be fine. But I have to make some decisions for some of the later models, like when I get to the infiltrators. I have to decide if I want them to have the split pattern, where it's half, or if I want the quad pattern, where it's like black, red, black, red. And the same thing goes for the suppressors. I have one suppressor with the helmet, and so I need to decide what kind of... I think the little mouth part I'm just going to do silver, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do the suppressors with the split or with the quad pattern. So that one I might leave onto the Discord. I'll probably, in the Bloodhounds Discord, I'll put in some pictures of the different helmet patterns and stuff. And pretty much be like, so, you know, for these new helmets, you know, which one should we do? Quad or split? Some of them I think it's pretty straightforward. I think, like, one of them looks like this, so it's like, I'll just do split for that one. It makes sense. But then some of them aren't as straightforward, so... So that is something we'll have to get back to then. But we're almost done this, so... the next getting this done in the next hour should be easy. And then these guys will look great next to those other ones I did. Those ones we like finished up, and then maybe tomorrow or something. Because this seems like it'll be a tall task. We could color correct 15 intercessors. That'll be fun. That'll be an all-day sort of thing. So let's all get up early tomorrow to paint intercessors. Because that seems like a plan. And generally, do I look like the kind of guy that has a plan? Alright, so you want to see some silverless plasma incinerators disappear? It's a magic trick. So let's get some silver on our palette. And a little bit of medium, so that way we can spread it across these two models. That should be good. Famous last words. That should be good. That's definitely got to be somebody's famous last words. That should be good. And they never returned from sea. This is getting a bit messy, this thing of painting medium, but then again, I am using it by just dipping my brush right into it in whatever sort of state. Not always, well, not whatever sort of state, but like semi-clean, so this is getting a little bit murky. Some new painting medium. If you want Slathe the Space Marine to have new painting medium, you can send a donation in the donation link in the About section, because apparently it's not in the stream's descriptions anymore. For some reason, Streamlabs got rid of the default things. 'Cause Streamlabs! So how are we on? Let's focus this. Focus! There we go. Let's do that.
Brother Marines. The Hellblasters. What the Hellblasters?
And for the most part, we're like done.
You said it would take an hour. No, I said in under an hour. That's not what you said. I'm gonna play back the stream.
Plays back the stream. I might be able to get these done in under an hour.
Who are you talking to? Who is this person that just keeps criticizing everything you're doing?
I don't know. It's probably me. I'm not sure what this thing is that's underneath, like, the... I don't know what to call this, even. I was going to call it, like, the carrying bar. But I'm pretty sure that would be... This would be where you would put, like, a scope. Based on my understanding of those ridges, because that's what the scope would lock onto. The grip would go onto that. pistol handle. And then that looks done. And then the last one, the sergeant. Yeah, let's see, I'm pretty sure that looks done. Yeah. Ugh. I really should get like a microphone, like a stand, like a desk microphone or something. 'Cause this headset is brutal. But then I'd probably need to figure out some kind of like echo cancellation. So that way the microphone doesn't pick up the music if I play music. Alright, almost done this one. And then we can do that final step on them. That's right, I'm just going to toss them on the floor and step on them. Final stage, final step, come on. The final countdown intensifies. Europe intensifies. Well, that sounds like the beginning of like of any Command and Conquer game. Europe is intensifying. Kane has returned. Again. Impossible! Kane, we thought you were dead. Yeah, how many times have you... You know, you guys, you keep thinking I'm dead. But I'm not really dead. So... it's kind of on you at that point. The other side. I don't want to forget about the other side. Break on through to the other side. to the angle I'm taking, I'm practically poking myself in the eye with the phone camera. I'll just put my eye right into there. I think this can be done better because there's like a tiny, tiny little trim there. It's just, that's frustrating. Fix your camera. The hell? Weird. Oh, I guess I must have bumped it or something. And then disconnected it by mistake. Whoops. Thank you for telling me, Jackler. That could have... That avoided 20, 30 minutes of nothing. Except for this camera. Okay, so silver on the gun achieved. We are in the final step, which is literally just so tiny. And then I'm going to call these ones wrap, and then we can probably just like chill for a few minutes, and then kind of decide on if we're wanting to do another one. But I'll shut down this stream for that. So we can decide that next little bit. So I've got a bunch of other things that need color correcting, and I've got some other things that just need to be finished. Like, so there's like the infiltrators, they're in the stage, they're actually a little bit more, like they got a little bit closer to being done than the intercessors were. So there actually would be, as far as I know, like less work, I believe. But they are different. So there's, like, they have like smoke grenades and stuff. So they just have some extra accessories that may take some extra time on that step. No, that's not the water. You've had enough of painting? Well, I mean, if there's no audience, I mean, it's not like, oh, you should only do this for the audience. But I mean, like, if there's no audience for it at the same, I mean, I feel like I'm just kind of wasting my time on that one, on making it a stream, sort of thing. So that's kind of why, like, if there was anybody interested, I mean, like, if you're done for the day, I get you. If there's any other interest in me getting some work done, hanging out with Slathe. Everybody hates Slathe. Long-term fans of the show would know that that is a reference in a quote. And then this, like, white highlight, or off-white highlight, is really just a light score at the top kind of corner of the power cell. And it just gives that... It just gives a quick... Like, it just gives an illusion of glowing without going super OSL on it. A reference in a quote from episode 23 of Sit. Leave my cervix out of it. And sometimes I do pretty much this same highlight for the eye lenses. Not often though, because I don't want to have too many highlights in the eye lenses, because the more highlights, the more chances of messing it up, and then it's kind of like, so that one just has white eyes. Mm-hmm. Are those like his eyes, and he's like a cartoon character? Mm-hmm. But yeah, tomorrow I've got the day off as well, so I should have no problem with doing a painting stream tomorrow. Because unfortunately, I mean, like, right now, I'm video game streams are kind of dead for me. Just because, like, my second monitor is out. And when you're doing streams, that, like, video game streams, that second monitor is so important. And then this is the final one, and then I think we're done. Color correcting and finishing the Hellblasters. And done. And time on that speed run on the color correction Bloodhounds. Max messed up the paint job. Speed run. Any percent. No glitches or exploits. Three hours, 30 minutes, and minutes, whatever. Okay. I'm just gonna call that done. Okay, so new world record, yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna post some pictures, and then I'll meet you in the Discord. And if anybody wants me to paint something else, I guess we can continue that there, and we'll pick this up in the soon future. And then somebody looks at the video date. Oh, he didn't make a video again later that day. Alright, catch you later.